I met a gypsy.
Yeah, I definitely like to understand and like to, and certainly compared to my brother, I always analysed things a lot more, and he was a lot more gun ho. That's how I kind of realised I was a little bit different, but it kind of slowed me down in a few areas, but kind of helped me out in some areas too, because I was a bit more like with training, motocross training. I might he would just go and give something crack when I would think, don't want this to happen, or want to try and eliminate some problems or some injuries or whatever, and so it kind of helped me maybe prolonged. I certainly one in the life department, but like I just try a bit harder with making things right, making things work, instead of just sort of giving it a crack and hoping for the best.
Yeah. And so how did that fit into freestyle at first?
Because obviously quite had some balls when I was younger, just a lot of teenagers. You feel unbreakable, but just because I like to understand things, and like for the flip, there's obviously a lot going into the mental side of things to be able to commit to it. But I could see myself doing, because I understood exactly what needed to be done. I understand the physics behind it. Like the bike's heavy, I need to move my weight off the back to almost do a wheelie off the end of the ramp, and just because I could understand that, it was easy for me to picture what I was doing, and so then easy to do it then, because once you can visualize something, you're halfway there. So then a lot of tricks were a little like that, where I could just picture what I had to do before I started learning. Like say a thing like a double flip might not be the same, because you're just thinking spin faster and hold on for two, but some tricks you had to really break down what you're doing. Like a seat grab flip was one that took me a while, because I had to, if you flip and you take your feet off, you drift away from your bike. So, but then the grab part is sort of behind your legs almost. So it's like I had to. It wasn't until I saw Tom Pages doing it, flipping and having his bum right back. It looked a bit awkward, but straightening your legs and having your bum back opened up the...
Before you then took your feet off.
Yeah, so that having your legs back freed up the grab area, so then I could like flip, lean back, grab it, and I'd sort of break down the process, so then run that through my head, and so then when I was starting to flip, I could just, when I was learning the trick, I could just go bit by bit. All right, lean back, yep, get that bit right, and then just sort of add to it each time. But I had to be able to break some tricks down in my head into stages and sort of understand what happened for me to be able to work it out and then go and do them.
Yeah, so then you've got like these two levels to doing something like that, because I feel like I could understand a backflip, but I'm definitely not going to do one. So, like there's two parts that you've got to have to make up, like the person like you that can do all this shit that no one else in the world's even done before. So I don't know, what's the second part then, that like the want to do it and then the committing to it? Like have you put much thought into the breakdown of those particular areas?
Yeah, well there's the I guess the mental side of things, being confident. Like I remember listening to someone explain how there's a portion of us that react differently to adrenaline, and so some people might freeze, and then some people like feel like, for us, it almost slows time down, and you take in more. Like sometimes it's a bit much, but you feed off it, and so that's one key is you kind of need to.
If you're a person that's either
well, I guess if you have that, you can put yourself into a scary situation and still work with it. But then someone that might not be that kind of person, they might have to go about it another way to progress to get a backflip. Like they, like trampoline's a good one. If you've got a bungee or something, you get the feeling of a rotation in your head. I knew learning a flip that once I started the rotation, I knew that like momentum would keep going. But some people just, as soon as they get upside down, they freak out. Yeah. So I knew that I was, if I started the rotation, I didn't have to worry about what happened in the air, because I'd just keep rotating. Then I'd just wait until I could see the landing again. But it's there's that mental strength is a big thing. If you can visualize it, if you can understand it, and trust in yourself, believe in yourself is a huge thing, a big help.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.